idea started when a group of senior physicians approached me. And they told me that many of them are having two or three career options that involve business knowledge, which means that, or managerial knowledge, which means that they were at that stage when they wanted to expand their private practice, for example, and they didn't know exactly how to go about it, or they were working in a certain institution and they were up for promotion, so to handle some managerial and administrative positions. So, and still they wanted to know more about the managerial skills.
Think about doctors, right? We get trained in caring for patients. And so we know we have very in-depth training. We have a great deal of knowledge, and we go through medical school and residency, basically honing that knowledge and honing those skills and getting more and more expertise and experience. And then we go into practice. And suddenly you have to be a small business owner, or if you're working for a hospital, suddenly you have to exist within this organizational structure, and there's different leadership roles and titles and things that people are doing. And in either case, truthfully, our training does not prepare us for that.
These physicians, how can we give them those tools, those managerial and leadership and business acumen tools that are going to enable them to make the new, I'm not going to call it a step, the new leap in their career? And the Mini-MBA for physicians came from this concept.
This is a way of thinking. And you need to be comfortable with thinking a different way. You need to be comfortable with out of the box. You know, the example that I'll give is, as a surgeon, when a patient comes in, they don't want to hear me say, you know, I've never seen this before. This is fascinating. I'm going to have to think about this. I don't know how I'm going to fix this. What they want to hear is, I've done this 10,000 times. I know exactly what I'm doing. I can do this in my sleep. But to be a business person and to be entrepreneurial and to be innovative, you have to be on the flip side of that. You have to say, I don't want to do something that's been done before. I want to think differently. I want to be creative.
When we took it away from the physicians that this is the next leap in their career, we looked at our huge diversity of programs at SEEK. And we decided that the Mini-MBA structure, the Schulich Mini-MBA, is actually the most appropriate for that context. Why? Why did we choose that? For a very simple reason. We started talking to professionals in the industry. So we talked to Professor Michael Gardam, we talked to Professor Basir Khan, and we asked them, what are the skills that you really need? And they started talking about innovation, entrepreneurship, financial management, strategic planning. How do I expand my staff? How do I acquire talent? How do I move forward? How do I do P&L calculations and so on? And we thought that the Mini-MBA fits the bill. So with that very robust design of courses that are quite interrelated, and with us customizing it to that specific audience of physicians, we believe that we are going to equip those physicians with the tools that are needed for the next step. We designed this program to fit the schedule of physicians. We spread it over 6 months. We start in January and we finish in June. We picked Fridays and Saturdays for every module. So each module is going to be given over 3 hours on Friday, usually in the afternoon, and 3 hours on Saturday in the morning. We plan to start by during the last week of January and end on the first week of June. Over the course of these 6 months, you're going to cover nine topics that range from strategic planning to finance, to marketing, to HR, to growing your business in the healthcare sector, to leadership, and then end up with the physicians presenting their work on their ongoing project and having a ceremony and receiving their certificates. Another major component of any successful program is who's going to actually deliver those modules. And we have a lineup of our superstars at Schulich School of Business and our partner institutions. We have Professor Michael Gardam, who's gonna drop in for a wonderful visit. We call these fireside chats, where he's gonna talk about something important, which is, what is the business of healthcare like nowadays.
What I need to talk about is the healthcare system, both in terms of macro, in terms of the country and in terms of provinces, but also, meso in terms of how, if you're working in a hospital, how you interact with that hospital, how does a hospital function? Or if you're working in a clinic, what kind of things you need to think about there, or if you're part of a team or not, or that sort of thing.
Physicians are go-getters. They're people who worked hard, they're hustlers. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gotten into med school, through med school and residency. And it's a natural progression to want to pursue excellence in other areas. And this empowers people to do that and be creative and entrepreneurial and forward-thinking.
What we want out of this program is that by the time the physician walks out of our virtual door, once they finish all of this program, they will have that mindset. So they would have actually combined their capability as a very well-established physician, and at the same time as someone who enjoys a highest degree of business acumen. And this will enable them to achieve their objectives of growth, and as I called it at the beginning of this interview, making that leap towards enhancing their career. This program is for you. Now is the time to make a decision. Do I want to further acquire and further develop those managerial and leadership skills? If the answer is yes, this program is for you. We are waiting for you. All you have to do is go to our website and register. A once-in-a-lifetime experience that's gonna make a huge impact on your career.